I maxed out all my credit cards on purpose, then waited for the bank to come after me for repayment. When they did, I boldly said I had no intention of paying, even told them to hurry up and freeze my assets. I couldn't wait to be blacklisted as a defaulter. Sure enough, moments later, I got a text from the bank declaring me a credit risk. And the reason I did all this was to save my own life, because in my previous life, a scheming woman pretended to be a rich heiress. On Valentine's Day, she bought luxury handbags for the whole office. No one knew. She used my ID to secretly take out high-interest loans. I had no idea until debt collectors came knocking. That's when I realized I'd been framed. I angrily confronted her, demanded she pay the debt, but she denied everything and accused me of falsely blaming her. Even worse, my boyfriend didn't defend me. He claimed I took out loans to buy luxury items and said the scheming woman was a rich heiress. How could she need loans? Seeing him help her frame me, I lunged at her in rage, but she pushed me into a shelf. A trophy fell and struck my head. The entire office sided with her, lying to cover up for her. In the end, their setup drove me to my death. Even the heavens couldn't tolerate such injustice. So in the next moment, time rewound. I was reborn. Back to the day before Valentine's. That day, the scheming woman came out, announced she was taking the whole office shopping. She'd pay for everything. Then she asked to borrow my ID, claiming she needed it for discounts and points. My boyfriend even grabbed my bag and took out my ID. I remembered it was giving her my ID last life. That led to massive debt and a wrongful death. So I snatched back my ID and slapped my boyfriend across the face. The scheming woman started acting pitiful, trying to sweet-talk me. My boyfriend even threatened to break up if I didn't hand over the ID. I slapped him again and agreed to break up. Right then, coworkers started yelling at me, blaming me for ruining their shopping trip. The scheming woman, seeing her plan failing, incited the others, saying if I didn't give her my ID, the shopping spree would be canceled. The greedy coworkers got angry, saying if I didn't want gifts, I shouldn't ruin it for everyone else. They even tried to snatch my ID. Seeing how far they went, I pulled out pepper spray and sprayed them all, then told them if they wanted to go, they could give her their own ID. These freeloaders immediately handed over their IDs, but she didn't take a single one. She swore she'd still take everyone shopping tomorrow. But while I went to the restroom, she secretly copied my ID info, then applied for a $20 million loan in my name. Just when she thought her plan had succeeded, she had no idea I had already maxed out all my credit cards and purposely got myself blacklisted. Now there was nothing she could do to hurt me. I finally called my parents, told them I'd return in 3 days to take over the family business, because I was the real heiress. Last life, I broke ties with my parents for love, gave everything to support my ex's startup, even hid my identity to protect his pride, only to be betrayed. Now reborn, I'd never make the same mistake, so I decided to buy my parents some gifts. To surprise them, at the mall, I ran into the scheming woman and my ex. I didn't plan to bother with them, but seeing me, they assumed I came to cause trouble and started throwing things at me. What they didn't expect was that I wanted this. The more arrogant they acted, the worse it would be for them later. A staff member reminded them. The items they threw were all limited editions. If damaged, they had to pay. The ex laughed, said the scheming woman was rich. She could afford anything. Then he smashed a $5 million art piece, boasting he could afford to destroy the whole store. Just then, the store manager arrived with security, demanded they pay for all the damages, said the amount was so large, it was a criminal offense, and if they couldn't pay, they'd be reported to the police. The scheming woman still acted proud, tossed her card to the manager, but when they tried to charge it, insufficient funds popped up on the screen.